What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we're laying some Gator Base around a pool. Let's get into this. For this video, we're going to be getting into setting grades for your screed bars, screeding at a specific point, why we do what we do, and laying that Gator Base on top of HPB. So we've finally got a great day here. You can see sun is out, snow is melting. We were able to compact our base, or essentially sub base, with this synthetic base going in. You can also see that we do have quite a bit already done here in terms of a little bit of area laid. I think we've laid about 300 square feet, and then we've done this fire pit, and a hot tub has been delivered. But as you can see in the background, I've got my HPB on top of my non-woven geotextile. We got our non-woven geotextile overlapped 12 inches there, and we're ready to start grading or screeding this out, getting our synthetic base laid, because that's the goal for this. Well, I want to get all the synthetic base laid so that if it does snow next week when we want to be laying, we can just shovel that off, and can't really do that if the synthetic base is not already down. So goal today, get the synthetic base down and get that moving along. So here we go. What I basically do here is just jump a bunch of piles, and then I'll get my 10-foot screed rods, and you can see that we've already started sloping up. You probably can't see it, but essentially from the door sill area, it's sloping down away from the house, and then we get to a point where the edge of the hot tub will be, and then we start sloping up and towards our coping, because that's actually higher. So we'll have a 1/4 inch per foot coming away from there towards that, about 1/8 of an inch per foot slope away from the house. And it's also draining towards this area, which you can remember before, we have our drainage pipe in below here and going out the side to the swale there as like a French drain. So that's the goal with this. There's going to be permeable jointing compound in here as well, and following also the synthetic base, the slope of the synthetic base. So that's the goal with this project and drainage. If you can control the water, you can control the longevity of your project. We are going to get to a point where here we want to get above this dirt line, this basically to the bottom of the fence here. So we have it perfectly where it is essentially a 0 point from the bottom of the coping, which slopes away from the pool, to this area. So essentially this is going to be almost flat. It'll have a very slight slope away from each of these areas, and that will continue down here, and once again drainage pipe is below this. So that is what we're going to be doing in this area. This area is pretty much flat, and along there we'll be sloping slightly towards the wall. Once again, drainage pipe in behind, tying into this drain and out. So we use HPB underneath our Gator Base, our synthetic base, because we don't have to compact it before we actually lay the Gator Base on top. If you use concrete sand, which is also an approved product for that, you do actually have to compact it before putting the Gator Base. And what that does is it leaves little divots that you need to smooth out. So it's an extra step in the process that just takes too much time. So instead, we use HPB, which is somewhere in the 90% compacted without mechanical compaction. You just put that down, it's over 90% compacted, so the minimal amount of compaction comes at the end when you consolidate your pavers on top of the Gator Base when you're doing the jointing compound. So that is also something that's very important to note when thinking about using HPB or concrete sand underneath your Gator Base. Figure I'll explain to you what I'm doing with this string line and how I'm setting these grades. Essentially what I'm doing is I've got the top of pavers. So pavers there at the pool, pavers or slabs here, and that string line then represents top of patio. And what I do with my screed bars, in this case, I already know where I need to be because that screed bar is actually touching the concrete, and I know I need to be the height of the Gator Base below that concrete. That Gator Base then gets laid on top of that, and now I'm flush with concrete. But in the case of other areas where I was not able to get the screed bar all the way to the pool collar, what I did was this string line, and then I just measured down from that string line to the actual screed bar. I know that top of screed bar represents top of screed layer, so then I just need to go a layer of Gator Base and a layer of slabs. That's 2 3/8 for the slabs and a 3/4 inch for the Gator Base. If I factor in an extra 1/8 of an inch for compaction, then I'm looking at 3 1/4. So I measured down 3 1/4 and there I am. So with that set, I can then set my next screed bar doing the same thing with the string line and then go ahead and screed. And that's what you see me doing here throughout this entire project. You're gonna see at one point in this time lapse, I get up and I hear noise behind me and 3 plops. Well, it turns out my pants actually got caught on this stack of pavers, which caused 3 pavers to fall into the pool. Now, it's really cold out for the rest of the year, and I have no idea how I'm gonna get those out right now. But at least it doesn't look like the liner was scratched or any way, and it was just the 3 little squadra pieces. So that's unfortunate. Hey, I hope that video was helpful for you and with using Gator Base around a pool. And there's gonna be a playlist popping up somewhere here, which has all the videos from this project. So if you wanna go right to the back to the beginning, watch them all, you can catch them there in that playlist. If you have any questions, comments, leave it in the comment section below. I'll respond to anybody and everybody there. Like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.